Hey, welcome to Shreadlock. I'm Roberto, and I have no idea what to say. So today, I'm doing another tag video from Brittany Burpals. And today's tag video is about the 7 ultimate Disney villains. Scary, 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 scary. So let's start this off right. My Disney villain in the number 7 spot is a gypsy showman by the name of Stromboli. Because he's a strong bully. You get it? Because, like, moving on. Now, Stromboli is not necessarily one of the most well-known of the villains. He comes from Disney's 1940s film, Pinocchio. And I know he's not really the main bad guy either. Most people just remember the whale. But if you go back and watch that video nowadays, Stromboli was a terrifying character. And just in case you don't remember, let me refresh you. Stromboli's main purpose was to get money. And when you first meet him, he seems like a really nice gypsy man with a giant beard. But then, when he realizes that Pinocchio is going to get him a lot more money, he disregards that Pinocchio wants to go back to Geppetto. And he locks him in a cage. Oh, and don't forget that all of Pinocchio's hard work was only paid for with one little metal ring. And as a kid, that was pretty terrifying. Just a really ticked off Italian guy cussing you out in a language that you don't know. All just because you want to go home. Number 6 on my villain list is the Queen of Hearts. Now, it's not just that this lady is evil and that she wants to cut off everybody's head. Oh no! But she is plain and simply psychotic. There's never a point that you can reason with the Queen of Hearts. Even if you had the qualifying proof to say that you're not guilty, she'll still cut off your head. When it comes to big, bad-tempered, and crazy, the Queen of Hearts definitely takes the cake. Number 5 is also a crazy lady, but a little bit more crazy. Madame Medusa. Now this evil lady is from the Rescuers Down Under, and she would stop at nothing to get what she wanted, which was that one diamond. She's greedy and obsessed with one thing, and it didn't matter what it would take to get the devil's eye, that one diamond, even if that means kidnapping a little girl and using her. Oh yeah, she went there. Terrible lady, terrible. My number 4 spot for my villains is a bit of a conspiracy theory. I'm going to start you off with the main mob bad guy from Oliver and Company, Bill Sikes. He uses a homeless and battered man to get what he wants through his mobster ordeal. His cruelty toward people, his cruelty toward animals is all just way over the top. At the end of Oliver and Company, Sikes gets hit by a train, but I don't think he died because there's a very similar character in the 1999 film Tarzan. Remember this guy, Clayton? He looks really similar to Sikes and still has no sympathy towards animals. I think Sikes left the mob and became an adventure specialist. But as we know, Clayton gets a little tangled up at the end of Tarzan. But again, I don't think he died. Because just a few years later, we see a similar guide. Instead of the jungle, they go to Atlantis. Mr. Rourke here. Remind you of anybody? So Sikes becomes Clayton, and Clayton becomes Rourke, and it took the supernatural powers of the Atlanteans to kill him. So my number 4 spot goes to these 3 hot-headed criminals. Number 3, Scar. Scar has a very distinct sense of evil, and it's mostly family-based. Being the younger brother of Mufasa and still wanting the throne just didn't quite work out. Not only does he go as far to kill his brother to get the throne, but decides to off his nephew as well. And one of the things that makes him so evil is the fact that, yes, he got the throne. What does he do with it? A whole bunch of nothing. The entire kingdom of Pride Rock goes into shambles. No food, no water, no good songs from Zazu. It's horrible. And at the end of it all, Scar still believed he was right. Second place for my lineup of evil is possibly Disney's closest depiction of evil incarnate, Maleficent. This is the uber bad lady from Sleeping Beauty. She gets all offended because they didn't invite her to the baby party, and so she decides to put that girl in a coma. What happened? But the thing that makes Maleficent so sinister is the fact that all she was after was death. She held no remorse for her wrongdoings. Better yet, laughed about it. A lot. Have you ever been so evil you just turned into a big dragon and blue-green fire everywhere? I know, right? Me too. And my first place, evilest villain of them all, is Claude Frollo. This guy is one of the most sick creatures to ever be animated into a Disney film. Absolutely everything about him is horrifying. Frollo justifies his actions by saying it's all God's will. Oh, so God's will was the thing that told you to go ahead and rule over the kingdom in your own way and your manner because of your church, because it's the biggest one on the block, and then use falsified soldiers to rule over that one little fact that you're better than everyone. Not only that, but take a deformed child left on the steps of your sanctuary church and kill his mother just so you can have a slave boy run around and do you errands and ring your bells. Then the second that deformed child grows up and wants to have a life of his own and falls in love with somebody, you lock everybody up and you try to kill him. Everything about this character makes me sick. That is why, Frollo, you are the worst evil villain in my book. Well, that's enough evil for one day. Thank you for watching the video. Take it, love it, care for it. Be sure to check in next week and see what else I got coming your way. This has been Shreadlock, and I am Roberto, and I have no idea what to say. Toodles!